Hi guys, welcome to week 2 of the Hungry Flight Attendants cooking lessons. This week, if you all saw the recipe, we're doing an Asian inspired salmon cakes with a vermicelli rice noodle salad. So we're gonna get because I hope, as I promised, we get this done in an hour or less to get some food on your table for your family. So let's get into this right away. First thing I want to do is get the water boiling for the noodles, so that will be just quick. I've already filled the pot. If you haven't done that at home, go ahead and do it. Salt the water and start boiling the water now. The rice noodles take 2 minutes to cook, so there's no real worry if you're not quite prepared with the pot. Just do it in the next 30 minutes. Okay, second thing is, as I had mentioned, that the salmon, the recipe is for 2 pounds, is cubed. I didn't cube it on purpose in case somebody didn't do it or you guys weren't quite ready for that. So about 1-inch cubes. The salmon is skinned, so skin off, deboned, a fillet of salmon, approximately 1 inch. It's not a huge deal. What you basically want to do is get it to around the same size as your bay scallops. I had a question this week on Facebook about that they were allergic or couldn't eat scallops, so asked about shrimp. And it's funny because I was thinking about doing that today. I've made this recipe many times and I've always used scallops. I thought just to be different and try it out. I'm assuming most people, if you're doing this recipe today, did buy little bay scallops, but I am going to do it with shrimp as well, just to see. Hopefully it's not a failure and my recipe doesn't turn out, but I imagine that it'll be just fine. Okay, so salmon's just about ready. The shrimp is already peeled, and in the scallop case, there's no peel, so they should be defrosted, ready to go. And what we're going to do is throw this into the food processor and just give it a quick pulse. What we're trying to do here is not turn it into mush. Okay, what we're trying to do is make the salmon and the shrimp just a kind of rough chop. Okay, so salmon in here, shrimp as well, scallops. Oops, this fell. And a quick 2-3 seconds. Shouldn't take more than that for this to break up in the food processor. Hopefully your food processor is out and ready to go. If you don't have a food processor, I would recommend chopping it very fine with a knife. Blender wouldn't work. So that would be my recommendation. Hopefully most people have a food processor. You would do this. If not, very fine chop would do the trick as well. Okay, so just a quick pulse. Look, that's pretty good. It's okay if there's chunks, like larger chunks in here, because with the breadcrumbs and the eggs, it'll all come together. I prefer it to be a little more meaty than mush, so I think we have a good texture here. Okay, so we're gonna put that in the bowl. Doesn't look very pretty, but it will when it's cooked. Okay, so salmon and shrimp in this case in there. If your water is boiling, you can go ahead and put the noodles in. Mine's not quite there, so we're gonna wait. All right, so there's your mixture of scallops and salmon, in my case shrimp and salmon. I'm gonna change cutting boards. This one has raw salmon in it. And we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients now. Okay, so in here, we wanna add the green onion, 4 green onions. The green onions should be cut in approximately half-inch diagonal pieces. Okay, and because this is going to go in there and just kind of mix in, too big, it won't allow the salmon cake to kind of get together. But so you can see half-inch pieces of green onion. Apparently this can grow back into a green onion. I was talking to my sister today. So I'm going to keep this and see if it actually works. Okay, we'll keep those ends, put them in water with the root end down, and apparently I'll have more green onions in a few weeks, days, I'm not quite sure. All right, green onion in. Cilantro. About a cup. Toss the cilantro in there. Garlic. We need approximately 4 tablespoons of garlic. Seems like a lot. I actually probably won't put that much. It's quite a bit of garlic, but at least 2 nice big tablespoons of garlic, which we'll probably have about 8, maybe 6 cloves of garlic. Okay. So I have 6 here. Some are large, some are small. If you don't like garlic or you don't like a lot of garlic, you can put a little less. This, once it's chopped, will probably give me about 2 tablespoons. Okay, so chop that up. Again, we're not chopping up the mixture anymore, so this should be the moment where you chop up the garlic. Okay, in nice small pieces. Sounds like the water's almost boiling.
Someone wants to know what the name of this dish is.
What's the name of the dish?
Yeah.
You can name it whatever you like. I call it just salmon and scallop cakes. You can call it Asian style salmon and scallop cakes. Okay, so let's say it's about 3 tablespoons there. Don't need to measure it. Just put about 6, 7, 8 cloves, whatever you like. All right. Pickled ginger. It's the kind of stuff you get when you order sushi. Okay. Water's not boiling yet. Almost. Okay. So we're gonna add about 4 tablespoons, and we're gonna chop it up the same way we did the garlic. And we're also gonna put some of the juice in there. Okay. It's gonna add a little bit of sweetness, obviously a little tartness as well from the juice, from the ginger. Just chop it up really fine. Any more questions there? Not yet?
Just love your apron.
So 4 tablespoons pickled ginger. In there as well. And the juice. 2 tablespoons of the juice. 1, 2, couple eggs. Again, I recommend if you're not very good at cracking eggs, I tend to leave a little bit of shell in there. Do it into a bowl first. That way you don't have to go fishing for shells inside your mixture. Okay. I think my water's boiling. So I'm gonna throw in the rice noodles now. This is the package of rice noodles that I got. They sell all different kinds. I was looking for brown rice noodles. They didn't have them at the grocery store that I went to. So these will do for today. You get quite a bit of this. I'm going to throw in the whole package and I'll explain why. When I'll only use what I need to use today for the salad, and the rest we can turn into spring rolls. Just going to give that a quick stir. Okay, so anything we don't use in the salad today, we can certainly use for spring rolls using rice paper. You can make a different salad with something else. I'll make spring rolls with some cooked shrimp, and it's a nice little lunch, okay, healthy lunch with the same vegetables you use today. You can do that. So that's going to cook just for a couple minutes. We're going to go back over to here. Eggs in. What am I missing? Sambal. This has got some heat. This is one of my favorite condiments. I put it on a lot of stuff. I make mayonnaise, spicy mayo for hamburgers with this. I use it a lot. Okay, this will add. It's a little spicy. It's not crazy hot. For what is it? 1 tablespoon and a bit, or actually it's I think 4 teaspoons. I had read in the recipe, which works out to 1 tablespoon and a little more. Okay, it will not add. My camera lady is saying no. For that much salmon, it will not make it super spicy. You can turn the water off in your pot and let the noodles sit there for another minute and then just pull it out. They really don't need to cook in boiling water. They just need to have the water boiled, and then they'll reconstitute fairly quickly. Okay, so you don't need to worry about having it go for a long period of time. I'll pull them out in a minute. The next thing I'm going to do is the breadcrumbs. 2 cups of breadcrumbs. Try not to use the seasoned breadcrumbs like the Italian seasoning. If that's all you have, fine. It's just to help bind it. In this case, I purposefully bought non-seasoned ones. I just want the binding ability of the breadcrumbs, nothing else. Okay. 2 cups. Then you're going to stir, preferably with your hands. You get a much better. What am I missing here? Soya sauce. Soya sauce is going in, and then we are ready to start. Let's get the noodles out of the water. So as you can see, they're ready. Okay. We can let them cool now to mix later with the vegetables. We're not going to do it now. I'm going to leave them in the sink, let them cool. Okay? Back to this. 2 tablespoons soy sauce. And the soy sauce, especially this darker one, is a little salty. So you won't need to add too much salt to this, but some salt will help. Okay, you can give it a stir. Just want to make sure I didn't forget any ingredients. Looks like it's all there. Okay, so I'm going to mix this with my hands. And we can make the patties as soon as this comes together, and then we can get back to the salad. Now what you can do, if you're really concerned about whether it has the saltiness or not, you can take a little piece, fry it up quickly in the pan, and that'll give you the idea if you need any more salt. I will add a touch of salt to this. I notice there's a couple chunks of shrimp, but that's going to be okay. And we're ready here to... It smells fantastic. But you know what? I'm not going to bother salting it. The soy sauce is salty enough. Okay, so now we're going to make patties. Now, when I'm making hors d'oeuvres for a party, I've made these several times for events that I've catered. I will make little guys, and I'll show you. Okay, so there's a patty for tonight's dinner. A couple of those with your salad. Okay, or you can make little guys, which are quite nice. Just like that, as a little hors d'oeuvre with some Thai curry mayonnaise if you want. Those go quite nice on a nice tray. Right, we're gonna make bigger ones. And 1 or 2, depending on how big your appetite is. And they're approximately, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch thick. Too thick, they will not cook through, and you'll have to put them in the oven. I'm hoping that they're thin enough that they'll cook on the pan by themselves. If you have to cook them, throw them in the oven for a minute, 5 minutes, they'll finish up. Okay, this one's got some nice chunks of shrimp. And just keep assembling these. Any questions coming in? Everybody's hands are dirty. These salmon cakes are great left over as well. They go really nice in a pita or leftover naan bread. Okay, make a nice little sandwich or a pita pocket. Throw that in there with some mayonnaise, some spiced mayo, some Thai curry mayo if you have some Thai curry paste at home. They make really nice sandwiches. I love these as a leftover, cold out of the fridge. Okay, just good little snack. And we look like we're gonna get maybe 10 of these. At some point, if your hands are getting too sticky, just wash them out quickly, and that'll help with assembling them. Mine are at that point now. I'm actually gonna give them a quick rinse. These noodles. If you keep your hands wet, it'll also help with it not sticking. Okay, so just keep your hands moist. last week with those burritos that I made, we had quite a bit of leftover black bean rice, in case you guys were watching. I don't know if you did anything or had leftover rice. This week I made kind of a black bean rice casserole with the leftovers. So, you know, try to be creative with your seconds of what you have. I also made, with the turkey, leftover turkey, yesterday we made some mac and cheese. Some turkey mac and cheese. Turned out really well for most of us. Some in the family didn't quite like it as much, but that happens sometimes. These salmon cakes are a hit, so I'm not worried about them. Okay, we're going to get these going on this pan. We're going to pan fry these. 6, 9, here we go, 12. 12 salmon cakes. Some of these are a little bit bigger than others. I'm not being too... If I was doing this for an event catering, I'd be a lot more particular about the size of them. Cooking for my family, you know, just make sure they're cooked through and they're good. So these are ready to go on the stove. Quick rinse of the hands. And we're going to cook them up right away. Bring this over to your stove. And what I've done here is I have a pan on this side that's clean where I'm going to put the patties. And if I need to put them in the oven, I will do so. I'm going to get the oven ready just in case. Okay, so just get it to a temperature of 350 degrees. Okay, in case we want to quickly just sear them and then finish them in the oven. That way we have time to finish the salad going, so that's what we're going to do. The oven is on. By the time I'm done cooking these, we're going to put the pan to about medium, maybe slightly higher than medium. I'm using a cast iron pan today. You can use a non-stick pan, but I like the sear from the cast iron pan. So I'll get that heating up. I'm going to give these a quick rinse just to cool them down a little faster. While my pan is heating up. Also just kind of get the stickiness out of them. Pan is nice, getting ready, nice hot. Got a little bit of oil. If you put these on a cold pan, they're going to stick. Okay? We're trying to avoid it sticking as much as we can. So a nice hot pan to start. Oil goes on as the pan is hot. Okay? If you put it on when it's cold, same thing will happen. I think I mentioned that last week as well. Pan is getting nice and hot. We can take these patties and place them. Probably get 3 to a pan, maybe 4. Let's go 3. I don't want to overcrowd the pan either because then they're going to steam. Okay, once it's on and it's going, drop the heat down to about medium, maybe just slightly above medium, and adjust as you need. While they're cooking, they're going to take maybe 2 to 3 minutes per side. Okay? We're going to try to go back and forth between the salmon cakes cooking and making the sauces for the meal. So come on over. Dog wants to play. Get out of here, Lily. Let's go first with the sesame mayo. Okay? So, mayonnaise. Now, we don't need a whole lot because you don't want to drown the cakes in mayonnaise. So, just about half a cup of mayonnaise will be enough. We have quite a few salmon patties there, so about a half a cup. We're going to add sesame oil. Sesame oil is very strong in flavor, so we don't need to add a whole lot. I'm going to start with a teaspoon, and then maybe even less than that. And then if we need to add more, we can. Like I said, sesame oil is quite strong flavor. And the juice of half a lime to start. And you can add garlic to this if you like. There's quite a bit of garlic in the salmon cakes, so I will not be adding any garlic to this. Okay, this is basically just a sesame lime mayonnaise. Okay, give it a little taste. Add a little salt and pepper to it, and we can adjust accordingly. Let's check on the salmon. Nice. Okay, nice brown color. Let that go a little longer. Salt, pepper, give it a taste. I don't know what you think. Maybe a little bit more. Now I didn't put quantities here because everybody's got their own taste. So if you want a little more sesame, in this case I do, I'm going to add a little more. If you like a little more acid, you can add the juice of another half of a lime. I really think that's going to be the consistency I want and the taste I want. That's it. So I got 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, juice of half a lime, and approximately half a cup of mayonnaise, maybe 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise, and that's nice. That's what I want. Okay, so leave it up to you to adjust the seasoning to however you like. A little pinch of salt and a little bit of pepper, and that's it for that. Let's get these off, get the new ones in. Okay, there's still enough oil, we don't need to add any more. Good. Let's get back to the salad. In our salad, we have thinly sliced pepper, preferably without the sticker. We're going to shred some carrots. Now, this is a huge carrot. I said 1 to 2 carrots. It's a pretty big carrot. 1 will be enough. And some Chinese cabbage, Napa cabbage. I got Napa cabbage, a small one. I'll probably use half of this. Okay, so I won't need too much more than that. We're going to cut the cabbage. I've peeled off the ends, the leaves on the top that were quite wilted. Okay, we don't need a lot. So put that, and we're going to cut it into strips. Almost like shaved Okay, just like that. Raw cabbage. This is a raw recipe, except for the noodles, of course. Okay, we're going to put the other. Check on the salmon, should be ready to be flipped. Okay, so cabbage in. Get the carrots in next. Don't forget your salmon. Now the pan's getting a little bit hotter. It's been on for a while. I'm going to turn this down to just below medium. Okay, I don't want the salmon cakes to burn. So just below medium. Another couple minutes. Fill the carrots. Shred it. This is a really awesome shredder. I love this shredder. Do quick work of this carrot. Good. Make sure you don't slice your hand. I almost did. Okay, so I'd say a cup carrots. Again, depends on how many people. By the looks of this salad, I'm making enough for 10 people, as I usually do. And so, leftovers. I like leftovers. What can I say? Stop the meeting. At this point, I'm going to need a little bit more oil in the pan. Okay? So we're halfway there with the cooking. Just going to add a touch more olive oil. Now, if you noticed, I haven't pressed down the salmon while it's cooking. I haven't used a spatula to push down any juices. I want to keep the juices in there. Yeah, I see a lot of people cooking hamburgers on the grill and they're sitting there and they're taking the spatula and pressing down on it. All you're doing is taking out the moisture of the hamburgers. So you don't want to do that, okay? Just let them cook. Now for the pepper, again, thinly sliced. Oven's ready. The salmon will go in for a little while. So, again, cut out the whites and nice and thin. Okay. Keeping your fingers tucked away. And as I'm cutting vegetables, my dog standing behind me, waiting for scraps. Okay, nice color too, as you can see. You got the yellow. I did say with the pepper to use any color pepper you want. I chose yellow on purpose. Okay, with the orange and the white and the green from the snap peas. Okay. Pepper. Green onion. Just cut off the tops. Okay, you want a nice golden brown. I probably could have waited maybe a minute more, but it looks nice. Okay. green onion. I'm going to cut the onion in half, just helps me go a little faster. So in half, put them all together. Keeping my thumb behind the fingers so I don't slice off the tip of my thumb. And keep that white end for the regrowing of the green onion. Green onion. Snow peas. Now, the snow peas have a little fiber on the end, okay? If you grab the end and just peel, you'll get it off, okay? Just grab one end and peel down.
You're bleeding.
Oh yeah. I was hoping I wasn't going to do that today. Okay, so just pull down towards the front, remove that little fiber. Okay, these are pretty young, so it won't be too bad, but I like to do it anyway. Okay, again, when you're doing a party for a bunch of people, you want to keep these little things, little annoyances out of the way, like a bleeding finger.
Get you a Band-Aid.
Pardon?
Okay.
Okay. Good. So here we need similar amount. So I took out maybe a cup. Patties if you're on the stove, guys. Okay, I'm going to check on them in a second. If you want to leave and go check those out, go ahead. I'm going to stop there and cut this up and see how it looks in the salad. Okay? Good. Just a little more oil. Make room for that little guy. Back up to medium. In my case, it's getting a little bit lower than I want. See if I can stop the bleeding at the same time. Okay, for the snow peas. Just grab a bunch. We're not cooking them, so I like to cut them up into little strips, okay? Gives a nice crunch to the salad, and I find when they're whole, just a little too much for me. I like them either slightly cooked or cut up into small pieces, okay? So cut it into small bits. Hey Lucas, you want to give me a Band-Aid, please? Okay, so the snow peas. Thank you. These are the joys of doing things live. Quickly get a Band-Aid on here so I can keep going. There we go. Back to work. And we haven't even added the noodles yet, so we're going to add those in a moment. Check on the salmon. that little guy. Just about ready to go, guys. Now we're not gonna add all those noodles into the salad, okay? So I'm just gonna add what we want. I'd say about half the package is going in. Good. Okay, and we're gonna put the dressing over top of the noodles. That'll absorb the flavor once we make the dressing. Okay. What else am I putting in this salad? Last thing. Some mint. I love the flavor of mint in salads. Okay, when I had made a Middle Eastern Lebanese salad the other day, fattoush, and some added mint was unbelievable. So mint into this salad, make it quite interesting. Okay, just a few leaves. You don't need a lot. The flavor of the mint is quite strong. So again, I'm gonna say approximately half a cup, not chopped. Okay, we're going to chop it up roughly. Let's get the salmon off the stove and into the oven. That little guy actually won't need going in the oven, so we're going to put it here on the cutting board. We'll give it a taste after. Okay, stove is off. These feel like they're pretty firm, so we're just going to keep them warm. I may put them in for 5 minutes to make sure that they're cooked through. Back over to the mint. Just a rough chop on the mint. Again, you don't want to have too much mint in there. It'll overpower the dish. Just a little bit. Get a little bit. Nice. Now for the dressing for this salad. Again, I didn't give quantities for the dressing. I didn't want to give quantities because everybody's going to have different feel, different taste for what they like. The main ingredients that I wanted to put in here: soya sauce. I'm going to put equal amounts soya sauce. Okay, so about a third of a cup, a little bit less than a third, so about a quarter of a cup soya sauce, and the same amount of fish sauce. Fish sauce smells quite pungent on its own. Mixed into a dressing or a dipping sauce, it's really quite nice. Okay, so about a quarter cup fish sauce. Rice vinegar. We put the same amount of that. Okay, so about a quarter cup, just under a third. Juice of half a lime. And ginger. I keep my ginger in the freezer. I usually buy like a whack load of it, and I keep it in the freezer and then just grate it into whatever I need. Okay, it's a nice way to keep ginger fresh. You can't slice it and stuff because it gets kind of mushy once it thaws. I love this microplane, so I'm going to put some grated ginger. Maybe about a teaspoon. Give it a taste. I can't find my whisk. I'll use a fork. Okay, let me leave it there. Okay. Now you can add garlic to this if you'd like. I didn't add garlic. Salmon cakes are quite garlicky, so I thought that would be enough. Just give it a taste and see what you think it needs. I think that's pretty good. And for my liking, I'm gonna add a little bit of sesame oil. 2 teaspoons worth. Doesn't need salt for sure, because there's salt in the soya sauce is quite salty, as is the fish sauce. Okay, I don't think it needs more acid. Use a different finger this time. I think that's quite nice. The only thing we're going to add to this, which I didn't add earlier, you can add some more of that sambal. I won't, because the rest of my family's not a huge fan, is the sugar. Okay? So I'm going to start with about a teaspoon of sugar, give it a taste like that, and add more if I need. That'll help cut some of the acidity. Salmon cakes are good. For me, a teaspoon's not quite enough of sugar, so I'm going to add a little bit more, another half teaspoon. This dressing's good to go. If you want to add some chili sauce or some sambal in here, it would go really, really nice. Maybe I'll add just a touch. Just a touch. Okay, maybe a teaspoon. Okay. Kind of going on the fly here, improvising.
Annoying the camera woman.
Mix it in there. You might not need all the dressing, so I would maybe put half. Give it a mix and see how it is. It really is a pretty salad with all the colors. It will need more dressing. It looks a little dry. I'm going to add a little more. So we had 1/3 of a cup, 1/4 cup of rice vinegar, soy sauce, fish sauce, half a lime, and then sugar to taste, a little bit of sesame oil, and this salad's ready to go. It's good. If you have sesame seeds, I only thought of this after, I have sesame seeds here somewhere. You can add it to the plating, to the salad. It will look quite nice. I feel good. So we're going to plate this now, for you guys to see. And our dinner is ready. But what I'm going to do first here is plate the salad. Some of the sesame mayonnaise that we made earlier. That can go on the plate. I'm using a white plate with a white sauce. I probably would have rather used a different color plate, but we're not going for necessarily super presentation. So, nice sauce. Now these cakes are pretty big, so we're gonna put one on for today. You big eaters, you can have two. There's today's meal. Salmon cakes, Asian inspired flavors with a nice vermicelli noodle salad and sesame lime mayonnaise. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will post the recipe again. The last week's video is on the Hungry Flight Attendants YouTube channel as of yesterday, and this one will be uploaded there as well in the next few days. Enjoy your meal, guys, and thanks for joining.